Welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 2 of my Nintendo 64 controllers. In part 1 I talked about my original first party Nintendo controllers. Some were original to the collection. Also had one new first party Nintendo 64 controller and older third party controllers that came out around the time of the system's release. So welcome to part 2 of my Nintendo 64 controllers video. These are newer third-party controllers, much newer in fact. So let's get started with the collection here, the rest of the collection. A transparent green, and it's actually a lighter green than it's showing up on my viewfinder. It is the green Retrobit Tribute 64 controller. These are modeled after the Hori Nintendo 64 pads. They're a little bit bigger. I have the better, more reliable thumbstick here that is modeled after the GameCube joystick. Much more reliable than the original one that was on the original Nintendo 64 controller. I'm just not too fond of those. Excuse me. They get the job done, but it's just awkward to hold those. And this is the wired edition. I'm assuming or hoping that they come out with wireless ones eventually, but the wired ones work for me. That way I don't have to sit there and sync the controller up to the system. That can be kind of difficult, especially if you don't have the instructions, paper instructions in front of you. But you can hook in a Rumble pack or save pack. Even the third-party save packs work as well. And I do have first-party, and second-party save packs for the Nintendo 64. All the one Rumble pack I have left is first-party, and that is currently not working. But yeah, wired. So this will only plug up to an original N64. You can also get an adapter to where you can hook this into like a what is it? A retro receiver that will hook up to your Switch via USB, and that also works with GameCube as well. It's also, I believe it's made by Retrobit. I forget what it's called, but I'll talk about that when I actually buy it. And I want to buy that controller receiver or adapter. That way I can play Smash Bros. Ultimate with a GameCube controller. So there's the green. I've had that for almost a year and a half now. And here's the ice blue, still in the packaging. Have not had time to open it. The blue Retrobit 64 controller here for the N64. It's another wired version. Who knows, by the time someone watches this video, later on down the line, the wireless edition may have been released. I mean, there's the Brawler 64 controller. I'm just not too fond of that because it looks and feels much more modern over a controller like this, which is a little bit closer to the original, and that's what I prefer with that system. And that's weird because that's the only system, the N64 is the only system that I have that pet peeve for. All my other systems I'll play with pretty much any controller, retro, or even the newer retro wireless controllers. So yeah, but these are well worth it. I think Hyperkin also made some controllers that are very similar to the original. Those are wireless and they come wired as well. Not into those. Just the reliability and everything. And just the look of the controller, I'm not a big fan of it. That's not to say they're crap, because some people might enjoy them. That's good, and I encourage people to buy what you want. Buy what you're most comfortable with. Buy what you, if you like the color scheme that those controllers being released in, or any controller, buy it by all means. If it's something you like, hey, you know, it's your choice, you know. And these come in pretty good packaging. I threw away my packaging for my for the other controller. I had to keep it in a baggie to keep the dust off. But these are, yeah, very reliable, well made, and they work. I mean, I never had any of them show up dead, which, you know, it's just these two. But yeah, these, I highly recommend these. If you just can't find an original for a good price, and that's the other thing, I don't go for the knockoffs of the first party Nintendo 64 controllers. Just simply because there's no telling what you're gonna get. The thing could work for 2 minutes, or maybe, you know, 2 days or 2 months or whatever, and then break. Pretty much everything I buy for my collections, whether it be video games, music, electronics, I want either the best of the best or a third party equivalent. Yeah, just so that is my Nintendo 64 controller collection part 2. So thank you for watching.